It's Monday. It's the day I do talky things at you for a time, to be specific. Intermittent fasting. Intermittent? That would mean eating nothing but occasionally dropping a breath mint. But that's not what I'm doing. I'm doing intermittent fasting, in which you occasionally drop a mitten. You eat only mittens. No, it is a diet where basically everything you eat and drink is in. I think you can drink water outside of it. I gotta look at the specifics. I'm sure plenty of you will tell me the specifics. But you have an 8-hour window of eating in a day. Basically, say you wake up at 8, start eating at 10, and then you go until 6, and that's all you can do. And then outside of that, you're just not consuming, bro, or sis. And I've done it in the past for a short time, and I noticed some results, and it was pretty nice, but I didn't do it that well. I think I cheated a little more than I should have, and I didn't do it as long as I'm going to, because I'm going to do it for a month like I do things these days. I'm going to weigh myself. I'm going to just see how I feel while I do it, and just look at the results, maybe get into the science of it a little bit. A lot of people recommend it. Hugh Jackman is a big proponent of intermittent fasting. I've seen an interview with him. He's like, that's what I do, man. To wolf up. He does other things, obviously, like grow a beard. But yes, beginning in August, I will be getting intermittent. What are your thoughts on that? I'm sure many of you have done it or are doing it right now, and I'm sure a lot of you will say, "Hey, it was great." Some of you might say, "Hey, it was a fad. It's dumb. Don't do it." It doesn't matter what I say these days. There's a spectrum of people out there with a spectrum of opinions and a spectrum of light they use to see while they type those opinions. And that's as far as I'm going to take that. I'm looking forward to it. Intermittent fasting. Never mind. In other news, the posture video is out. And it's doing well. People like it. I think it's one of my better videos I've done in a while. All those other ones were crap. That one's good. Why do I say this stuff? Just had Vidcon, and it was a good time. I did a creator chat with a group of 10-ish people, and it was awesome. A couple panels. Seeing all my old friends, and it's really inspiring to see people in the real world who do this kind of thing or watch this kind of thing, because most of my day, well, historically it hasn't been in this room because we just moved here, but it's been in a room like this by myself. I'll go say hi to my baby and my wife throughout the day, but I don't see you watching me, and it's probably good. That'd be weird, but and I don't talk to other people who do this. I occasionally will talk to them on Twitter or in emails when we're collaborating or something. But I don't. There's lots of YouTube channels that I like that I'm not really sitting up with good posture right now. I apologize. There are people that I occasionally will talk to that I've met before, but then there's other channels that I've never met these people, and I met some of them at Vidcon. I met Lindsay Ellis, and I met the guy who does the channel Foldable Ideas, both of them which I really like. I briefly saw Nathan Zed, who I have met several times, but I wish we would have had more time to talk. Talked for a long time with Zay Frank, the guy who inspired me to start this whole thing. It's so refreshing. I probably don't need to talk to everyone all the time. It's kind of nice being by myself, and so I can, kind of do my own thing. And I like being alone out here in my Midwest outpost. But it's also very inspiring to talk to others and realize, because a lot of the people, when you see them on YouTube, you see edited versions of themselves all the time. When you talk to them in person, you realize they're much like you, even if their content is vastly different than yours. They all kind of, we all kind of have the same worries. There's a sense that no one really knows the right way to do things, and we're always asking each other, "Oh, how was that? Did that work? What are you doing? How are you making that work?" And all that. Like, no one has all the answers, or really many answers at all, about how you're supposed to do this YouTube job. And it's good to talk to people and learn about that. And the same time to talk to people who watch and, put a face to the people who like what you do or who hate what you do. Learn how they watch things, what they're interested in. When you make things, you can often just kind of assume one thing about your audience, and that's the only thing you can really assume is that they like you. But because they like you, there could be a tendency to think, well, maybe they also do a lot of the things I do. Maybe most of them are 38-year-old bearded men. But then when you meet people, you realize all over the map, any kind of person. It just opens your eyes a little more. I've done this for a while. I've gone to many VidCons, so I don't assume that all of you are 38-year-old bearded men. Or maybe the WheezyNews channel, maybe it is only. Let me know in the comments how long your beard is and what it's like being 38 years old. So that's about it. Hopefully my next video, which is all about why do I improve? Why am I trying to improve myself? Hopefully that'll go out this week. Not 100% sure. Check out the posture video. Patreon, I do a daily vlog every single weekday. Secret, just for patrons. Check that out. And be well. Make sure to groom that beard.